stay back. Mr. Ogden, stay back or you'll be arrested. Stand back.
Why are they arresting you?
Thank you. I'm sure that I'm sure that there's some laws you guys enforce and there's some that you don't, right?
Why did they arrest him?
Public urination on the mural.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Oh, okay.
So, public urination is more important to you than my civil rights to access a public accommodation?
Yes, it is.
What about the whole homeless blah, blah, blah? What I appreciate what you're doing. This is a new thing. I'm just saying, push back on your supervisor, saying, hey, the optics of this are going to be pretty bad. We're trapped. Okay, what happened is that somebody who was forced to be interned, right, had a bodily function that he had to do. Are there any facilities here to use the restroom? Are there any facilities here to use the restroom? Aren't they over there?
Over there, but you're going to get the crap beat out of you.
You see?
You'll get the crap
I'd say,
beat out of
why don't we release him and say, hey, I think we kind of screwed up on this because we didn't have a broader frame. Somebody had to use a bodily function, and because we were interned, he could not do it in private. It wasn't public. There's nothing public about that corner. This is an internment camp. This is why they don't provide any facilities, do you? Are there any facilities? You've got to defend the Constitution. Are there any facilities that somebody can use to relieve their emergency? You know, well, yes, you do. You have to. You just don't want to say. Just say, I don't want to get involved in a controversy because my job is literally to get involved in controversies.
Why is Joey going?
And this isn't against you personally. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying rhetorically. Thank you, sir. This is the sounding board, and I'm not here to convince you. Just believe an idea that might multiply or might die after we part. But I appreciate you guys being out here. Toughest job, right? Or we have the toughest job because we're not getting paid for it. The citizens the toughest job because when we shoot somebody, we have to go through a rational, right? We have to go through a whole rational thing. We can't shoot out of fear, but an officer can. It seems with all the high training, that needs to stop. I would think that's one thing you would want to champion with your union is to say, hey, our standard of shooting has to be the same as a citizen, not lower. I mean, ideally, I would think that you guys would want to see be a higher standard, but that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for equal protection under the law. That's it. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Thank you. This is a fail, right? We're deprived of civil rights. A man who had to use an emergency facility was denied one in the park because the public accommodation was closed off. I mean, in every way possible, this is a demonstration of the ignorance of safety over liberty. This guy right here is a poser. You're posing, right? That's all. It's called your poser. Am I accurate? You're literally posing. No, you're literally posing, and I just called you a posing. Dude, all